So there you saw Donald Trump in Youngstown, Ohio, speaking for close to an hour, I guess, a discussion on foreign policy. You see the numbers on your screen. We'd like to get your reaction as we let you get started dialing in. A couple of things to tell you about. If you missed some of this speech this afternoon or some of Hillary Clinton's remarks from earlier today in Scranton, Pennsylvania, we'll have them both for you in their entirety tonight at 8 o'clock over on C-SPAN. The Hill newspaper reporting the Commission on Presidential Debates has released the polls it plans to use to decide who gets to take part in September's first presidential debate as third-party candidates struggle to make the stage. That's how the Hill puts it. Both Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton and Mr. Trump are virtually assured, of a slot on the stage. But as of today, neither Libertarian Party nominee Gary Johnson nor Green Party nominee Jill Stein would qualify, since neither one has come close to hitting that 15% in any of the qualifying polls. That, again, the Hill newspaper reporting news from the Commission on Presidential Debates. Let's get started with your reaction to what you've heard from Mr. Trump. Derek from Owatonna, Minnesota, has been patient, waiting on the line for independence. Derek, did I get that town right?
Owatonna, is that what you said?
Close enough. Go ahead.
I was just wondering about when it comes to Trump and Clinton on immigration and on the southern border, and we hear Hillary talk about comprehensive immigration reform, and as a young voter who really hasn't been around politics that much, I really wonder what that is. To me, it seems like protecting our border seems like a pretty common sense issue that shouldn't really be partisan.
All right. Thanks for the call. Appreciate you waiting for a while. Howard from California, our line for Democrats. Your thoughts on Mr. Trump's remarks this afternoon? Howard. All right. We'll move on. We'll go to Mount Holly, North Carolina, our line for independence. Hi there. You're on C-SPAN 2. Go ahead.
Hi, sir. How are you doing today?
We're good. What's on your mind?
The speech was awesome. The man, he's great. The people, they know what this guy stands for. Like me, we should everybody run out and vote for him. Excellent. Compared to Hillary, that liar, the murderer, people, how they can take this? How they can take this for that woman? I don't care if she's a woman. I don't care. She's done so great. So bad things for this country. We don't need that woman. Another woman, yes. That woman, no.
All right. We appreciate your call. We'll move on to Carol in Buffton, South Carolina, our line for Democrats. Is that right, Carol? Buffton?
Yes.
Hi there. What's on your mind? Did you watch the speech, and what do you think?
Yes, I thought he was very good. I like that he wants to have one country all together.
All right. Did you watch Mrs. Clinton earlier today?
No, I didn't have time to. I just picked this up as I was coming in the house for lunch today.
All right. Well, we appreciate your call. If you'd like to contrast the two addresses today, 8 o'clock tonight on C-SPAN, we'll have both Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden from Scranton, Pennsylvania, and then Donald Trump, Youngstown, Ohio. A drive down I-80 between those two cities. Columbia, Tennessee, our line for Republicans. Judy, hi there. You're on C-SPAN 2. What do you think?
I love him. I think he's wonderful. And Donald Trump will stay right on point where he's at and attack her, clear Hillary Clinton on her emails. He's going to win this because we want America great again, and Donald Trump is great. Just somebody tell him, stay on point. And we love him. He's awesome. Thank you.
All right.
God
Thank
bless
you, Judy. We'll take a look at some of your Facebook comments. You can see there on your screen. We always welcome your comments, facebook.com/cspan. Helen writes, if it hadn't been for the incompetence of Obama and Clinton, there would have been no chance for ISIS to grow and expand. Trump is right. They created the perfect breeding ground for this terrorist group to grow. Mary says, well, Obama is actually the one that allowed ISIS to form. He pulled our soldiers out and left no force behind to keep Iraq stable. Jason says Donald Trump is an absolute crazy, conspiracy-filled lunatic. Republican Party, how can you possibly have made this man your candidate? And Janet writes on Facebook, Trump just sounds like a babbling idiot to me. Unfortunately for our country, he's also a dangerous liar. I pray every day that he's not elected president of our great nation. And again, you can always offer your comments there anytime you like on our Facebook page. Green Bay, Wisconsin with Stephen. Hi there, Stephen. You're on C-SPAN 2. What do you think?
Well, I think that, in response to the speech, which what I just witnessed, with Trump on TV, on your channel, it appears that he is on message, and he is definitely somebody that can fix the problems. The other problem, and my biggest point is Obama and Clinton and that group didn't create this problem. That's one thing I kind of disagree with. The entire federal government did, and that falls down on leadership, truth be known. But the truth is, we let it happen as a government in the country, and so you can't blame strictly Obama. There's 500 people in Congress and the Senate that allow this to happen, and that's what really kind of frustrates me more than anything. Although in response to Trump's speech, I can't think of anything more dead on in how to fix the problem.
All right. Appreciate your call. We're going to take calls for another 5-6 minutes or so. We'll go to Amber in Ocala, Florida. Hi there, Amber.
Hi. I just wanted to call in. I've been watching Trump, and I've been watching the Democratic and the conventions and everything. This is the first time I've finally someone's coming out and really hitting the points that I think really need to be touched upon, which is the safety of our country and the safety of our people. And I think a lot of the stuff that I've been seeing in the past, the Democrats are putting a priority of foreigners over Americans. And I think that that's kind of been one of the problems that I've had with all of the elections and everything.
All right. Appreciate that call. We'll go to Elizabeth in Beechwood, Ohio. Hi there.
Hi. I think this was by far the best speech that he's ever made. And if he stays on this kind of message, I'm sure he can win the election.
All right. Appreciate that. Mike in Moria, New York, on our line for Democrats. Hi, you're on C-SPAN 2. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I was pretty much doing the Democrat thing, but Trump is making a lot of sense. Right now we're giving all this money to these foreigners that are coming in, and our vets and our children, they're basically starving over here. And with what Trump said, I decided I'm voting for Trump.
Well, Mike, you said you were doing the Democrat thing. Who did you vote for in the last presidential election?
I didn't. This is the first time I'm voting.
All right.
I'm 60 years old, and it's the first time I ever decided to get into it. And my family was all voting for Hillary, and so I thought, well, I'm just going to jump on the bandwagon. But the more I watch and the more I listen, there's no way. There's no way. I don't think she can be trusted. I don't trust her, and I don't know. It's just I believe that the American people need a change, and I think that Trump is it.
All right. Well, thank you for your call. We appreciate that. We're going to move to Gene in Mountain Home. Is that Mountain Home, Arkansas?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Well, hi there. How are you?
I'm fine, and I'm grateful that C-SPAN offers this opportunity for people to speak. And my one comment is I think we have been lied to long enough. And I echo everyone else's comments, especially in reference to Trump's speech and everything he outlined specifically. And I don't see how the media can attack him on this, because those who do attack him are desperate, because there is the truth finally being spoken. And so they want to deny the rest of us people to have a greater country. And if I could say one more comment, I think anyone who has been watching the Olympics can only feel pride in the patriotism that they show.
All right.
And we should take up that in reference to how we vote.
Thank you very much, Jane. Appreciate that. Eva in Louisiana, our line for independence. A few minutes left here. Did you see Mr. Trump's speech, and what do you think?
Yes, I did. He is awesome. I've got to say. There's only one thing I got to say, and I want every woman to hear what I got to say. There's no word in the Bible that says a woman should run for president. It's man here to take care of our country, not a woman. And I'm standing behind Trump because I really think he can do a difference. I'm tired of these people coming in and killing people. I'm tired of this Black Lives Matter and all that. That has nothing to do with anything. We're here to love one another. We're here to help one another, not hurt one another. And ever since Obama came into office, it's been nothing but trauma. I mean, people hurting each other, people killing each other. That's not what our country is about. Our country is about peace and love one another and help one another. It's not about all this. And I really think that Trump can pull it. I really do, because I am behind Trump.
All right, we appreciate the call. I'm sorry. We appreciate the call. Going to try and squeeze in just a couple of more here. Kathy in Greensboro, North Carolina. Go ahead on our line for Democrats.
Thank you. I listened to this speech, and I knew it was coming through on teleprompter. I have heard several of Mr. Trump's speeches, and this is probably the most coherent one that I have heard. And I would just like to say that if it wasn't for a teleprompter, I don't think he would be saying these things.
All right,
and
appreciate.
Also,
go ahead.
Thank you.
All right, we appreciate your call. We want to squeeze in one more here before we get to the bottom of the hour, and we'll go to Cheryl in Marshall, North Carolina. Hi, Cheryl. You get the last word this time around. What do you think?
I think it was awesome. I especially appreciate the fact that he is sober and straight and clean and healthy. We know that, when you leave yourself open to manipulation through vices, you're not making good judgments. And I really do appreciate the fact that he supports our veterans and our police officers and our Homeland Security. Because of the sacrifices of these people, we are free. And if it was not for their caring about the integrity of our Constitution and our rights, we would have nothing. And I really do support Trump. I've supported him from the first day that he opened himself up to this experience. And I think it's an awesome thing that he is willing to sacrifice. I mean, he is a really wealthy man. He has no need for any of this negative attention. He has raised a beautiful family, and we all know how hard it is to raise children. And for people who are wealthy to raise children to be such exemplary citizens is beyond anyone's expectation. So Trump gets a real big thumbs up from me, and I am really grateful that he is standing his ground, because united we stand. And if we don't keep our Constitution intact the way that the founders intended it to be, then we are dead in the water, and we will have lost the hope for Western civilization.
All right, appreciate that, Cheryl. We actually are going to squeeze in one more from Lou in Salisbury, New Hampshire, because you've been patient, Lou, hanging on the line for a while there. So go ahead, if you can keep it kind of quick on our line for Republicans, your thoughts.
Yeah, we're all for Donald Trump, my whole family, my brother, all the way down my children, everyone. He's a man of integrity, and what they don't, I heard Hillary's speech today that she's going to do for the poor and this and that. If they look in this man's background, it's unbelievable the stuff that he has done for the poor, for the military, after the war in Saudi Arabia and all. America didn't send the planes to bring our troops home. They were waiting in airports. And Donald Trump, who owned an air company at that time, sent his planes over to pick those men up and bring them, men and women, and bring them back to the United States. Like I said, I'm a veteran, a 30-year veteran of 2 wars, Vietnam, a disabled vet, and I was in the Gulf War too, and I was security police. And I know a lot about security, and what Hillary Clinton's talking about on not knowing that that was classified information. Well, I had a top secret clearance, and the one thing you had to do is you had to sign that paperwork in and sign that paperwork out, and it was usually red and white folders with the words big and red across them, confidential.
All right,
So
Lou,
she
tell you
didn't
what,
know
we're
all
going to
that.
wrap
She's
it
a
up.
liar,
So
which
thank
is anyway.
you for your call. We appreciate it. That's going to have to do for this time around. Quick reminder here.